Don't know if you saw this over the weekend, but there was a story that was sent out by the city of Ozark about a person being bitten by a copperhead snake on the trail there in Ozark. It got a lot of attention, and then it got even more attention when everybody figured out that Sarah Forhetz was the one who was bitten by the copperhead. Sarah, do you have anything you'd like to say about that now?
Um, what a crazy situation.
Yeah.
Literally, it has been one of my worst fears, which I've learned now after getting bitten by the venomous snake that I'm not sure why it was one of my worst fears ever, like before. Because just think about it, there's a million other worse things that could happen. But it was actually one of my worst fears. And then it did happen.
Yeah, you were
So
on the trail and
right by the
because
Finley River, very close to the Ozark Career Center. But it's a paved trail. It's wide. I was walking, not running. Normally I'm running, but I was actually walking. I had on headphones. I was listening to my Bible app of all things. And yeah, just it was coming from the grass onto the pavement. So it had to have been like moving in the grass, but I didn't see it. And right when it got onto the pavement, I stepped right on it and it bit me through my tennis shoe and sock, like cloth tennis shoes and a thin sock. And I actually wasn't 100% sure that it got me because it wasn't stinging. And when you get like a bee sting, it really stings. And so I was like, did that get me? I mean, I was totally freaked out, but also wasn't sure. So I ripped off my shoe and then I saw the blood, like where it bit. And then I freaked out and called Ethan. And he was not a very good comforter because he was going like this, calm down. Where are you? Calm
I
down.
could listen. I could literally. I had no idea what had happened, where you were. I just knew you were hysterical, and I had to try to do something to help.
I know.
But I
Sorry.
had to have you tell me what happened and where you were in a way that I could understand it before I could do anything.
Yeah.
But you called 911. Paramedics came out. I showed up on scene,
Yeah.
and
I called Ethan first because I wanted him to be en route. And then I called 911.
yeah, I mean, it wasn't a seconds count life or death situation. It's a snake bite. It's not good. So we went to the hospital, and we ended up choosing because by the time we got to the hospital, it was maybe almost an hour had passed. Would you say?
Yeah, an
Yeah,
hour.
because
Yeah.
I drove her to the hospital because she was
I
doing
called 911 at 11:26 a.m.
fine. It was not even really red. It wasn't swollen or hurting her. So I drove her to the hospital. We went inside, and then it was still not hurting. So we decided to, because probably what they were going to do, I don't want to put words in their mouth, but I think what they were going to do, based on what I read on the internet, is they're going to monitor her and see what happens. So
Yeah.
we can
They also
monitor.
the EMT, I don't know if you can see that, but I
Can
don't
I?
know, Ethan, if you even knew this, but they drew a black circle around it and they said, like, let me know if it goes outside of the circle, if the redness, because it was red right where it bit. So then they said, like, if the redness grows, and it hadn't really grown much.
So that is a snake. If you're watching, you can see the snake that actually bit her because she took a picture of it right afterward. And people have been asking me, "How did you step on that on a pavement? How did that?"
Because it was still moving. So I stepped on it right when it came onto the pavement, and
Oh,
that's when it bit me.
yeah,
And then it kept going, which is why I was even able to get a picture of it because I didn't like lose it in the grass because it went across the trail.
gotcha.
Um, so that was on the move. That's why I also didn't get his whole body because he was moving and I was like trying to get away from it and just kind of it's not the greatest picture.
Yeah. Well,
But
we are thankful for the Lord's protection. And somebody was arguing with me online because she said, "What protection? You were bitten by a snake." And I said, "She was bitten by a venomous snake and had zero reaction to it. That protection." So anyway,
yeah.
I'm not here to argue that.
But
You
so
can
there was
believe
a
it if you don't.
lady who messaged me. Yeah, that's true, babe. Good point. There was a lady who messaged me who got bit by one last summer, and like in the Ozarks, by the way, at her house. Where is it at? And her name is Heather, and she sent me a picture of her foot. Oh my goodness. I mean, her foot is so swollen up. Um, and she said that it was horrific pain for quite a while. Like she would think it was getting better, and then it would start really throbbing on her heel again. So, yes, protection, but yes, some people just don't see that. But the venom was on my sock, by the way. Did we say that?
Well, apparently it doesn't happen very often because it made news even before everybody you knew that you were part of the news.
Yes. So
Uh,
this lady, by the way, she got bitten, and the hospital did not here in the Ozarks did not offer anti venom because it's very rare, and they don't see a lot of bites, and they did not have it on hand that day.
yeah.
So
So
someone actually an EMT told me that it expires quickly. The antidote expires quickly, so you can't like keep it. It's not like they just have like this mass storage of it.
well, it's very expensive for that reason as well. So it's funny. We had an appointment that afternoon together. We went to the appointment, and the person there said, "So how's your day been?" And Sarah said, "Well, I just got bit 2 hours ago by a copperhead," and that sparked a conversation, as you might imagine. But anyway, she's okay. It didn't swell, no problems at all. Thank the Lord.